to another episode of your Digit Hustle News. In this video, Bitcoin farms in Montana will soon be using solar energy to mine Bitcoin. Why is that important? Well, if you've been paying attention to the crypto space for the last few weeks, you will know that the narrative right now is renewable energy, sustainability, the climate. Okay, that immediately got me to thinking about a number of things. Okay, so if the problem is the energy efficiency of Bitcoin mining, okay, the reaction in the markets was prices came down, people sold off, panic selling, whole lot of FUD, the usual, right? So that got me thinking on, okay, so where's the solution coming in? And right around, I want to say last Monday, time of recording is the 29th, so last Monday, okay, there were stories coming out about mining companies coming to America. There's been a surge in North American Bitcoin mining, okay? We just had the pipeline go down, right? And now there are farmlands in the Midwest and Central Plain regions that are allocating their resources to Bitcoin mining. So when I stumbled upon this article, courtesy of Crypto Slate, it immediately stopped me in my tracks, because if we're going to start mining Bitcoin using solar energy, that just pretty much eliminates that whole efficiency problem. Not only that, but if this comes into application, that will essentially give Bitcoin an almost infinite resource, which would mean that Bitcoin could then scale, in all honesty. Over time, it could scale globally. Bitcoin on a global scale will send this market skyrocketing. So, with the prices being where they are at the time of this video, they're down. As of last night, in total, we've experienced a 55% correction to the Bitcoin price. Okay? But I'm still bullish because I'm looking towards the future. I watched this happen in 2019. 2020, it's a different story, but there's a pattern playing here. Okay, guys? Let's get into the details of some of this article, though. Montana cryptocurrency miners are backing the Basin Creek Solar Project, a 300 megawatt solar array farm in Butte, to supply energy for an expanding data center. Madison River Equity LLC will apply for a special use permit next month from a Montana zoning board to build one of the biggest solar farms in the U.S. on private ranch land in Butte. Madison River Equity is a sub-entity of a company called FX Solutions that developed and manages the Atlas Power Data Center, located close to the proposed solar project. Atlas Power mines cryptocurrency and is set on expanding its graphic processing units. If all the special use permits are obtained, Atlas Power would buy the Basin Creek Solar Project and use the solar array to power its mining operations, for which it has a 75 megawatt permit from the state of Montana. In the fourth quarter of 2020, Montana only had 116 megawatts of solar capacity installed, ranking it 43rd in the U.S. according to the Solar Energy Industries Association report. So, guys, essentially, what's being laid out here is the foundation, I believe, to power Bitcoin for the next 150 years. Right? A lot of these cryptos have token supplies that won't see fruition for 50, 60, 80, 90, 100 years. They have to be powered by something. The whole global consciousness is shifting towards renewable energies. What better driving force than to use our money to shift us into that way of living? These are just the pieces that I'm seeing, guys. Puzzle pieces that I'm putting together, sharing it with you guys, because more often than not, this is how things usually play out in waves, phases, and sequences. Okay, without getting too deep, I always like to mention on this channel, it's not just about the numbers, the fundamentals, and the technical analysis. We're dealing with a future finance system, a revolution. We are genuinely going through a new revolution right now. So, the end goal of this project is to power the mining facility completely with solar array energy and put the remaining power on the grid. Developers said the solar farm would have the capacity to power around 40,000 homes, which would greatly surpass Butey's size of 15,000. Butey residents are worried about the project's impact on their community. The majority of the criticism revolves around building renewables for new projects, while a lot of the existing crucial infrastructure is still waiting to address their carbon footprint. I hate to say it, but they're not looking at the previous infrastructure. The previous infrastructure was knocked out of the way last year. Commercial property values are down. Housing values are down. Okay. A lot of these stores, restaurants, small businesses, mom and pop locations, they've been closed. That's the previous infrastructure that they're referring to. But they'll spend $220 million to generate a solar power energy farm to mine Bitcoin, while regulators are saying on CNBC that Bitcoin is not valuable. I don't know, guys. You tell me about this. You tell me. Out in the comments, let's talk about this, because here's how I'm seeing it. And this is the main reason why I brought this video to you guys. Is because if we start using solar energy to mine Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, this might be the most bullish piece of information you see all year. Okay? Despite the FUD and everything else going on, China, the SEC, Ripple, everything else, this information right here and other information associated with it proves this is the future. That is why I shared this video with you guys. It's not going to be too long. It's not going to be all fancy. Straight to it. At a point to get across in this video. If we start to use solar energy to mine cryptocurrencies, now it's concrete. You can pretty much concrete your investment. Whatever projects you are invested in, as long as it's not a complete shitcoin. If it's got some utility, some decent backing, this, that, and the third, you can feel a little bit more secured in your investment because you're investing into the future of this world. The future economy. So, with all that being said, guys, I'm not going to keep you too long in this video. Make sure you check out my Raven Coin review from earlier. It's got some decent information about tokenization, which is also related to the future economy. Make sure you check that out. But just wanted to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Of course, you can always get down at me in the comments. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of which you can find at digitalhustlenews.io. But with that being said, guys, have a great day. Have a prosperous day. Most importantly, make that money. I'll see you in the next video.